Hello everyone, it's Randall with GoPakistan.com. I wanted to talk to you guys about fear. Is fear of failure holding you back from starting your own business? Fear is in every human's mindset, and it's been that way since the beginning of time. If you have a desire to take action but fear is holding you back, then read below. We all struggle with the fear of failure, whether it's a decision to go to college, start a business, get married, have children. These fears have been with humans since the beginning of time. How can we train ourselves to get rid of fear and focus our energy in a more positive direction so we can reach the goals and hopes that we have set for ourselves? A real-life example from a Go Pakistan follower. I recently heard from a Go Pakistan follower that his life goal is to start his own business and create jobs for others. His idea of a successful life is one where he has been able to provide for multiple families through his company, benefit his clients by providing stellar service, and being his own boss, while living his life under his rules. If this sounds familiar to you, it's because all entrepreneurs think along these lines. Entrepreneurs are a different animal, almost a crazy animal, but without entrepreneurs, our world would be a vastly different place. How did all the entrepreneurs before us conquer their fears and start their businesses? Again, most entrepreneurs of the past had the same worries we all have today. That fear of failure is everywhere, and the only way to beat it is by being resourceful. I'll get to how to be resourceful later, but for now, let's focus on that Go Pakistan follower's main fear. His most significant fear was losing all the money that he would have to borrow from his family to fund his startup. What if his business failed and he took all of the family's life savings and lost it all? He went on to say that he could hurt entire generations if his business fails. He is heavily focused on imagining all the wrong things that could happen instead of the right things that could happen. Yes, it is essential to consider the consequences of failure before you jump. However, there should be no fear of failure if you have correctly done your due diligence on any business you plan to enter, and if you know how to utilize all the tools available to you today. What do I mean by properly learning how to utilize all the tools available to you today? Well, being a successful business owner and a leader of an organization is all about resourcefulness. If your company isn't making enough sales, instead of worrying and falling behind, you need to think outside of the box and call upon every resource you have available to overcome this negative aspect of your business. Hire a highly experienced salesperson and give him or her a massive commission on all sales for 6 months to get sales rolling again. Or you can hire a marketing expert that knows how to turn around sales campaigns and give them a large commission for 6 months. There is always a way if there is a will to succeed. You have to think outside of the box and be resourceful. If you are not a resourceful person and have trouble thinking of ways to solve problems, then business ownership may not be your cup of tea. I'll tell you a story about my company, Allshore. I had a fear of failure, not when I started the company, but when the company got larger and larger. You see, I started the company on a shoestring budget, so if it didn't work out, I would not be out a lot of money. As the company grew and made more money, I had the company fund its own growth. I never borrowed from anyone because I responsibly grew the company according to its own abilities to sustain itself. However, as the company scaled up and the expenses rose to over 100,000 USD per month, I started getting uneasy. Fear crept into my mind with questions like, what if I lose my largest client? What will happen? What if a large portion of my developers left? How would I mend things with the clients? What if the United States and Pakistan ended up in some conflict and I can't send money to pay the Pakistani employees? What I should have focused my efforts and energy on was ensuring my largest clients were so happy with our services that there would be no way in hell they would leave. You see, by channeling that negative energy into a positive energy, I could have saved myself hours and hours of stress and worry. One thing that made me successful and made my business successful was my ability to solve problems. In those first 4 years, I had people from every department asking me questions on how to fix or change a broken system that we had created. I was able to come up with very original ideas that enabled our teams to be efficient and effective. I also asked others in my companies for help with the things that I wasn't so sure how to do on my own. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and be ready to use any resource or tool available to you so you can be the resourceful leader your company needs. Here's the advice I gave to our real Go Pakistan follower on what he should do about his situation. If you fear to lose your family's hard-earned money on a business idea, and this prevents you from taking action, then you need to be more resourceful to make your dreams happen. Maybe you don't go as large scale in the beginning, so you don't need as much money. Maybe you test out the market first on a microscopic scale and grow responsibly by reinvesting the profits as I did. Maybe you should look at partnering with somebody else so the risk is more split. At no point in human history has there been more resources to help us be successful as there is today. You can learn anything on YouTube or Google. Heck, with Go Pakistan, my dream is to help all kinds of entrepreneurs and career-minded people be more successful by sharing my own experiences. If you are starting a services-based business, learn everything there is to know about keeping your clients happy in your industry. If it's a product-based company, then you have to be innovative and ahead of the market to maintain your competitive advantage. Today, with so many choices, it's all about how you brand yourself or your company. So this fear of failure is just in your mind. And yes, you'll need to learn to dance with your fears to be able to keep taking actions to shape your life how you want it. You won't ever completely eliminate your fears. You have to learn to control them. Finally, I highly advise everyone to educate themselves on as many unknowns about your business as you can before you invest your money into starting it. Think of ways you would handle these problems when or if they arise. By all means, write your solutions down. By doing this exercise, you will eliminate a lot of fears and build confidence, as you will be more confident that you will be able to handle most problems that come your way effectively. I leave you with a true story. I had fears about starting GoPakistan.com. Fears have crept into my mind like, will the audience like my style of writing? Will people find it interesting enough to come back? Will there be any backlash in my own country for being so supportive of Pakistan? Do I have the confidence to be on video and speak to people that may rip me apart for how I look or how I speak? You see, we can all find ways of talking ourselves out of taking action, but my desire to take action far outweighs those fears. My fears did delay me from starting Go Pakistan for a few years, but alas, I have conquered them, and here's the product of overcoming them. So enjoy GoPakistan.com and let's make it great together. Please leave a comment below and tell me what you think about this article, and tell me how you have overcome your fears. Thank you.